where someone was talking negatively about another person, he would kiss his teeth and walk away.
Amen.
In fact, it was later in her life we truly appreciated the way our dad critically looked at things. He took a stance to see the good in people. Therefore, he viewed gossipers as the ones with the problem.
Amen.
Our dad always had a song in his heart. This was even evident in his final hours of life, as Charmaine sat with him in the hospital room singing, "Thanks, thanks, I give you thanks." I could see him singing with her as he moved his somewhat lifeless lips. Our dad had an inherent love for humming, as you've heard before. You did not have to see him to know when he was around. All you had to do was listen keenly, and you would hear a faint humming coming from a room in the distance. We remember when on vacation and found our dad in the hotel foyer gazing and humming, to the point that it was almost embarrassing. We could not help ourselves but laugh. Much to Daddy's passion for humming, when he was laid up in the hospital and heavily medicated, he was still humming.
Our dad loved us and was very proud of his children, even had a good taste of West Indian Jamaican food. Saints of God, and those people that know us, you can contest that although we're eulogizing our dad, but our parents, they loved us. And they really worked their endeavor best to ensure that we got a good education, that we lived a good life. And today we want to say thank you to both of our parents.
A few years ago, when our brother opened his restaurant and lounge, this became his favorite place to be. In sickness and in health, Daddy was always at the restaurant, to the point that shortly after his death, my brother gave him a warning. My brother said, "Well, Daddy, now that you're gone, I'm gonna say you can't come see me in the restaurant, but when you come, don't knock over a pot. When you break anything, don't break my plates." Our dad was old school and had his own male ideology. Even when we, as a daughter, jumped through hoops for him, our brother Tony remained his favorite. He loved his grandchildren and babysat most of them. I can speak because he took care of my daughter. He took care of my daughter, Julia, which is 8, when I went back to work. During his final hours, during his final hours, David, Daniel, and Jordan, when they heard that their grandfather was dying, they made their way to the hospital. And Daddy was so happy to see them. But you know, saints of God, when Daddy was traveling home, his eyes, I believe that his sight was gone, but his hearing was there.
Amen.
And he could hear us. And I remember when my sister called and the kids went on the phone, and Daddy heard their voice. Daddy heard Melia's voice. You could see his eyes projected to the right-hand side where the phone was, and his face just lit up. So he knew that they were on the phone, and the grandchildren, they loved him dearly. Although he did not not get a chance to see his last granddaughter, who is just a month old, we will ensure that Daddy's legacy lives on in her through our narratives of him. My dad loved the song, I don't know about tomorrow. I don't seem to understand, but I know who holds tomorrow, and I know he holds my hand. This song became our consolation, given the life that Daddy lived. We hold the faith that our dad is resting in the arms of Jesus, even as I speak. Daddy's gone, but will never be forgotten. He was a man of good moral fiber, and we're very proud to call him Dad.
Love is stronger than death, even though it can't stop death from happening. But no matter how hard death tries, it can't separate people from love. It can't take away our memories either. Death has separated him from us in this universe, but it cannot take away the love that we share for him. We live in our hearts, and he will never be forgotten because of his unconditional love that he has for his wife, children, grandchildren, sisters, brothers, nieces, and nephews. We say that the hour of death cannot be forecast, but when we say this, we imagine that the hour as place is in an obscure and distant future. It never occurred to us that it has any connection with the day already begun, or that death could arrive this same afternoon. This afternoon, which is so certain and which has every hour filled in advance. Marcel.
Daddy, we will miss you every day for the rest of our lives.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Well said. Amen. At this time,